all summer I was checking my video analytics. I like seeing what kids are trending, and Graceson Littleton was a guy that was at the top of that list all summer and eventually got named the starter for the Ohio State game. What a tough situation to be in as a true freshman, as an 18-year-old. This dude was playing high school football a year ago today, and now, he was watching Jeremiah Smith on TV on his off days, and now he's got to guard him. What a job Graceson Littleton did. And I also want to credit the Texas coaching staff for putting this kid in a position to play this well as a true freshman. This guy, you watch the high school film, athletically, mentally, he brings everything that you want in the nickelback spot. We'll talk about him throughout the game, but this is the first, I almost call this the pass breakup heard around the world on Jeremiah Smith. This is what really got Graceson Littleton on all these, top freshmen of the week lists, the way that he played against Jeremiah Smith here. What a job to get across the field, dude. These in-breaking routes as corners, we're going to see another one a bit later where he actually gave up the pass, but this is a really good job to just haul ass, knowing where he has to be and then actually getting there. The athleticism. This is the thing about corner, right? The receiver just naturally has the advantage because he knows where he's going. He does a good job not only being as fast as Jeremiah Smith, but actually breaking on the ball. Really physical play on the ball. Now, is this a pass interference? No, I don't think so. I know they didn't call this. Jeremiah Smith wanted to flag. Every Ohio State fan, I'm sure, wanted to flag. He got there at the same time as the ball. Good job holding on to the flag. Now, this is the next play. This is probably 1 minute in real time later, maybe even less, probably like 40 seconds, 30 seconds. Brian Hartline, sees Graceson Littleton. All right, nice pass breakup. The offensive coordinator, they know he's a true freshman. Graceson Littleton thinks this shit's nice, right? That was a really nice pass breakup. Let's see if he can do it again. This is Brandon Inus. God, this is the thing about Ohio State. Just because it's not Jeremiah Smith, just because it's not Carnell Tate, doesn't mean that these receivers are slapdicks. This dude, Inus, is a 5-star. This dude, a very good high school football receiver, just hasn't really done it at college football yet. At something like 200 career receiving yards. This dude's a very fast, very talented wide receiver. Graceson Littleton man up on him. If this doesn't get guarded by him, this goes for 6 the other way. Maybe the safety gets there. Does a really good job. Again, receiver has the advantage, knowing where he's going. Graceson Littleton just too fast. Does a good job just staying in his back pocket the whole way. And, sometimes we'll give these corners too much credit because they're not on the front side of the progression for the quarterback. Just watch Julian Sand, dude. This is 100% trying to attack Graceson Littleton. This is the play after the last one we just watched. Great pass breakup. Sand is burning his eyes through Graceson Littleton here. He's looking right at him. Ball gets there. Great job just the whole way. Again, Brandon Inus, dude, this is not no one. This is a 5-star wide receiver kid that's been playing college football for 3 years. Graceson Littleton was playing high school football, He was watching this game this time last year. And this is the last play of the game, I believe, outside of the knees. And this is actually play where Littleton gives up a catch. This is so close, man. I hate that this ends up getting for a first down. I'm unbiased against against Texas and Ohio State. I have no skin in the game, but just the way that he's played, this ends up going for the first down. I think they marked it as... Oh, come on. He looks short here. Same deal. Wide receiver just has a natural advantage knowing where they're going. These drag routes are so difficult, especially when you have a receiver that can just turn this into a whip and open his hips to the outside. This is one of the toughest routes, one of the toughest route combinations to guard. We saw very impressive stuff from Littleton on that dig, on that 10-yard dig, and then that slot fade. This is honestly even a more impressive route because this is such an easy pitch and catch for the receiver and the quarterback. He ate it up. He just got to the first down, but really loved the effort. So one thing I do want to talk about really quick about Graceson Littleton. This is a guy that I did not think would start that early in his college football career because he's 180 pounds. You can get away with that at corner, a bit closer to the sideline, but when you're playing that nickelback spot, you really need to be a physical corner, not only tackling the run, but also the screen passes. And that's what really stood out to me with the way Texas played him. They put him in a very good spot where he was in a position where he kind of got around being only 180 pounds. There were a couple reps, I'll tell you right now, didn't put him on, where the up back or the receiver got a really nice block on him and he just couldn't make the play on the screen. That's something we're going to see Graceson Littleton probably not get better at this year because that's an off-season weight room type thing. But, going down the line, talking about Graceson Littleton as a 3-year starter at Texas, that's something he'll get better in throughout his time at Austin. But I just want to show you one clip. It's not because mentally he can't do it, dude. This dude likes to lay the wood. We saw that on the high school film. He's just going to have to keep putting on weight and putting on muscle. But he has everything athletically and mentally that you want right now. But when we start seeing him put on some weight, we're going to see him do this at the next level also. That was Graceson Littleton. You guys let me know what you think about him. Any other players you want me to watch. Thanks for watching.